Hello and welcome in another video where I'm giving you a couple of tips that makes your life easier in Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires. Today it's Teclis time. I did his campaign live on stream, so I managed to group up a couple of tips that could benefit you and make your campaign smooth as baby butt. So yeah, let's go. So when it comes to Teclis order of conquering, what I usually do is I conquer the minor Sentient fraction, then I go for Lizardmen. I mean, that's what I did last two campaigns. And honestly, don't do it. I mean, obviously conquer the minor Sentient fraction, then go for Rats, Skaven here, and then go here. Get yourself Kairos done. If you go for Lizardmen, I mean, they like you at the start. You don't have to have treaties with them, but they're easy to conquer, so you'll have a time for it. But it's extremely important to get rid of Kairos Fateweaver. Kairos Fateweaver is your main threat here. After you defeat him, you can chill. Your campaign will shift directly into being absolute passive. Because if you don't mess up too much, you won't have enemies. Because only enemies are these guys, Rats here, Minor Fraction here, and Kairos Fateweaver here. So if you eliminate them all, then you can pick whatever you want, and you don't even have to fight if you don't like to. You can have calm campaign, which is weird for Total War, but you can have it. My last campaign went like this, so I never touched the Skaven. I wait for Lizardman, Krukar, to get it, and they were my friends, but because I started mess up with the politics and trade settlement, he started dislike me, so I thought okay, I'll get him. But yeah, Minor Sentient Fraction, Skaven, and Kairos Fateweaver, your campaign will be super easy after that. Do not underestimate Kairos, remember that, he's a very tough opponent. When you go for Kairos, Oxyodal should be alive. My suggest is give settlements and those Chaos Wastes to Oxyodal. Sell them all. You don't need it, and you can make him a powerful ally. Because Oxyodal is someone who's not really attacking anyone until you get him into war after defeating Kairos. So I did sell him a lot of settlements. I did sell him a lot. So, and now he's my defensive ally that got into here, and I drag him into many wars. Wow, he's even here. So yeah, Oxyodal is literally a great ally, so sell him settlements. You won't regret it, seriously. Unless you don't want him as an ally, but this place is not suitable for you. So it's easier just to sell it, give it to him, and you won't have to bother with it. Plus you're gonna get a lot of money from it. Some people may forget about the rights that High Elves have, Teclis especially. When you go to Chaos Wastes, I mean, if you go for Kairos Fateweaver, remember of Invocation of Isha. I forgot about it. Honestly, I often don't use them. But it gives you immune to attrition. And it's amazing, okay? Because yeah, there is attrition instantly. So for 10 turns you won't bother with it. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's basically like pretty much a good start to be there, where you can like set up foothold, and after that you can move in camp stance. But for the first 10 turns it's worth to just use it, because yeah, replenishment and immune to attrition helps a lot if you want to like deal with Kairos. He's problem on its own, and if you would have to like add attrition, ooh, bad time. But yeah, Invocation of Isha, MVP when you fight Kairos Fate Weaver. Teclis is one of the strongest spellcasters in Warhammer 2, right? He holds this title in Warhammer 3 as well. I know there is some tricks that probably you can pull out to have like infinity winds of magic, but let's say you don't want to have it, okay? You just want to have like a decent play, have enough spells to do something, and then just go for it. Well, Teclis have a couple of abilities that you can use. So what I tend to do is like, let's say I cast a spell. Yeah, Teclis is maxed out for me, so when I cast spell, let's say Chain Lightning, yeah, my organ guns are doing stuff. But let's say I cast it. I wait 24 seconds before I cast another one. This way, I mean, on this field battle, if it's needed, obviously, I cast often. But when it's not needed and I can like chill out easily, then what I do is I wait between casts long enough so I regen winds of magic that Chain Lightning, let's say, cost me about 1 wind. It really does. Especially when you get Sword of Teclis activated. It just, yeah. You flow in Winds of Magic. Obviously, it's not infinity, but you make it like super cheap. You make it super cheap, and like each spell costs me 1, maybe 2 Winds of Magic if you wait between. If it's a siege or it's AI is passive because they hold the defensive stance, you can abuse it like hell. All you have to do is be patient and use Life Leeching and Wild Heart perfectly. And that should help. There are eastern colonies, and they're inhabited by other faction of High Elves. You can fight them, but I would say don't waste resources. Instead, wait till they develop. They're passive. They are absolutely passive. They just sit there and do nothing. So they develop settlements. Wait till they're like fully developed on tier 5, as I did, and spend some influence, and they're yours. They're the easiest High Elves to confederate. I mean, maybe not the easiest, but it took me just a couple of turns. But to be honest, they're worth a lot, because I mean, these settlements provide enough money, right? It's like 3,000 in total. And they're not like fully developed by me yet. But it's actually valuable to have them, because if you defeated Kairos, no one will touch them. Maybe Kugav if you for some reason piss him off. as I did. But yeah, they're the really good fraction to confederate on. And now my least favorite topic is Ulf 1 whenever you play High Elves. I decided to play this campaign without confederating much. I got the Eastern colonies in this campaign, but I honestly hate confederating Ulf 1 and just dealing with it. It's just unpleasant for me because there's a lot of territory that I'm separated from, and I hate Donut. But to be honest, it's not that hard to actually confederate them. But think about it. They are really good allies. They are really good allies that gives you money. Obviously, you would get more money if you have it. But you need to spend resources in order to be able to confederate them. So instead of confederating them, I drag them into defensive alliance, which at some point may turn into something more like confederation. But for this point, I rather have fun here instead of like dealing with, I don't know, stuff like Ikit Claw, Nakari, Dark Elves. It's like we had that enough in Warhammer 2. So I did enjoy Teclis being a separate, a really far away. So I could like have them ally, like trade ally, defensive ally, because they will eventually get into some of my wars, so they can be helpful. But mostly I relied on Oxyotl, and my suggestion is to like think about like benefits of Wolf 1. It's good, it's reach, but on the other hand, it's just repeat of a classical high elf gameplay. If you want to have like smooth campaign, don't confederate them too fast. Focus on even the eastern colonies and here. Try to confederate these. And you're gonna have like a good high elf territory that will let you like conquer Lustra as well. When it comes to conquering territory more, after you develop and you defeat all your like baddies, enemies, after you defeat Kairos, you can get all this, and it's worth to get it. That's why I allied with dwarves. I allied with dwarves to have like a good defensive alliance, reliable ally, an ally that gives me artillery, a good artillery, because yeah, dwarfish artillery rocks. Organ guns. Whoop, whoop. No, but after like conquering here, Golden Tower and everything. I mean, you don't have to. You can have like allies here. Tic-Tac-Toe and Krukar are good allies too. But after you go here, if you want to conquer, I'd say ignore desert. Absolutely ignore it, because look, all this is unpleasant climate. Instead, go Lustria. Lustria is easy territory. It's really calm. There is a couple of enemies, but they're easy to deal with. So you can have like a lot of good settlements on a high tier, because once you actually start coming here, they will have settlements on tier 5, 4. So it's good loot, it's good experience, it's good everything. It's really good to come here. So I suggest you to get Lustra at some point, because this climate is suitable for you. As always, for Lord, fraction specific. My suggestion is to recruit thinkers for research rate, and administrator for construct cost reduction and construct time reduction. You can always import them. You can load the character you have from previous campaigns. You should save them, really. This way you will have like a decent pool of specific trait lords at the start, and will make your campaign super easy. Really super easy. And that would be it. I mean, there are some other tricks, like always abuse fact that Teclis is on a Phoenix, that you can soak a lot of ammo, yada yada yada. Yeah, soaking ammo helps a lot. But those tips I gave you, they're not like groundbreaking, like it's not, I didn't discover like electricity. It's just a couple of things I've noticed that, you know, they can just help you. If you struggle a little bit too much, then because a lot of people actually struggle with Teclis, so yeah, I made it for you. And if you have any questions, if you have anything against it, yeah, leave a comment. I always like when intelligent people like comment me and we have a conversation about stuff I make. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment, and I hope you like it. I hope it helped at least one person, and wish you a good time. Yeah, have fun, take care, thank you for watching, till the next time, and bye bye.